Here we are again. Hadn't worked on this in a few days, so sorry everybody for not getting back on it. I did do something, it had been yesterday, so I guess I just fibbed about hadn't worked on it for a few days. I did do something, and that was make these, I call them the bearings for there. And I should have recorded it, but I didn't. And let me see if I can find, here it is. That's right in front of my face. I don't know how long I did it. I did it the same length of those, or probably an inch and a half or so. But so I cut 2 more of those out of this piece of scrap tubing. And then what I did is on these top, this metal wasn't quite thick enough for a grease zert. So what I did is cut just a strip out of that. But before I cut that, I divided this into 4, and I just eyeballed it. You know, said, that looks like half, and then just eyeballed it like so. I guess I could kind of draw it and show you what I did, but you know, just kind of went like this and said, okay, that looks pretty close to half, and then did this, marked it like so. And then when I cut this like this, or I marked it like that, and then brought it down like that. There was a mark right there. So went like that. Now I used, you know, a pipe wrap, or I guess you call it, I guess they're calling it a wraparound, but I did use a pipe wrap, you know, to get the, you know, the straight piece. So when I marked it and so forth, then I took the cutoff wheel and I cut this first to that line, or almost to that line on each one. And then when I cut this, and I was grinding on there, then I could see my gap and then drop each one of these out. And then I just, you know, put drilled a hole in it. That's all I did. Drill a hole in it, and then welded it to this piece here so that it'll hold the grease zert. And now, what I'm going to do today is take these pieces. These are these 4 pieces that I got. You know, I didn't say this the other day when I did this, and I said I had bought this metal. I don't know how long this, or, you know, because I said I needed 2 foot. So let me just measure. This was like some pieces. This is actually 4 foot 3 inches. This piece. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just, if this is 4, that's what, that wasn't exact. I just kind of rounded up. So whatever makes this in half, I'll end up just using the whole darn thing. I mean, no need to waste, you know, an inch and a half on each piece. So I'll just, you know, measure it like that. So it'll be like 25 and a half or something inches. But that, and then I think these are all 1 foot. But I never did tell you, this is like 3/8, I believe, and 1.5 foot, and I think that's 3-inch strap. Yeah, it's 3-inch strap. And then this was, I believe, 1.5-inch strap, yeah. And these were the 4 inches to go up this. These were a little long because I didn't measure exact. I just knew I needed X amount. And I did say that, not like these pieces here, I thought I had 4 of those. Maybe I only had 3. But I bought these 4 pieces, you know, of 3/8 by blah, blah, blah. That 4 pieces, blah, blah, blah. And these, and I paid $20 for it. So I, you know, I've got $30 more in steel in this thing. But I just thought I'd let you know that that's what I have in it. I kind of explained in the first video that we have a manufacturer that around my area that they make hay bunks, grain carts, you know, that kind of thing. And that's where I buy this steel from, as a manufacturer. It's really not a steel place. It's just some place that makes things, and this is the material that they use to make the products that they make. And I try to normally just buy the things that are scrap to them, like all that stuff that was laying here is somewhat scrap to them, because they can't use like that piece on anything. And I said, I paid like $20 for all this stuff. But today, now I'm going to turn around and fiddle with these. And these are going to go on there like so. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So the first thing I got to do is, I believe this here piece of tubing is the same size. Yeah, that look like the same size. So I have to decide on how I want to do this. I grab, I don't want that one. Grab this. I'm not sure how big this is. There it is. No, it's that one right there. So it's 1 inch. I'm not going to grind on any of these to clean them up or anything. They're just sheared off. As you can tell, that, you know, it's sheared off. Now, what did I say this was? Was 1 inch? I better double check, make sure. Yep, it was 1 inch. I guess I can measure, but I have my thing right here. Is what I think I might do is, I guess I could, so that you guys don't think I just totally makes things up. So this was 1.5 inches. Maybe 3/4. Half. I'll measure it all. I normally just kind of eyeball it because, you know, it doesn't have to be real super precise here. But then you take I'm going to take this inch piece, and see, right back to, I should have marked it different, but I can see this mark right there. I can still see what I have here and say, that looks pretty equal right in there. And I put the half there, and I'm just going to go like that. See, it looks pretty close. So I'll do that to all these. And I said, it doesn't, on what I'm doing, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, because I'm going to be building it in place, so I can always make it work. But basically, I'm just looking at my metal and trying to see that, like, that looks like it's even to this side, and even though that mark don't look good, but see, that looks pretty centered there to me. But it does help having these little template deals. It helps. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go that deep. Man, it's cold out here. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to go that deep, but the theory then would be, is this will cradle that at about half, see? You know, when this goes in there, and then I can get a pretty decent weld on that. I'll clean the edges up a little bit, make it fit better, but I expect what I'll do is, I don't know if sometimes I like this. It's a Craig vice grip. Sometimes I like this, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it seems to fit really well, or not fit really well, but clamp really well, and sometimes it just doesn't. But it is fast. That's one thing. I think for this, I'm gonna go. I think I'll throw on a new wheel. There's one right down there. Oh. This will give me a little bit more bite and be a little faster. I should probably, to be honest with you, I should probably put on the regular grinding wheel first. Maybe I'll do that instead of wasting one of these. I have a grinding wheel over here, and this probably chew it a lot better. I suppose, again, I don't know if I've said, notice I don't have shields or anything on my grinders. It doesn't matter if they're my big ones, little ones, it doesn't matter. I don't like shields I suppose it is a little dangerous, but a lot of times I wear gloves, so that doesn't, I do wear earplugs though, but, and I'll probably put on some gloves today, but I don't normally wear gloves. All right, now what I'm going to end up doing here is grinding this out. Probably just doing it just like this, grinding in, back and forth. Probably have to move it this way and so forth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this camera. You don't need to see me grind it. I'll just show you what I got the end time and so forth. But I'll be right back. All right, I decided to go ahead and show one. Got the others done here, and just to show you that how I did it or do it, and yeah. Let's see here. Okay. One other thing I did, but I'm going to go ahead and swap this out because now I don't need the aggressive wheel on there. But you can see how fast that actually went. I probably should go ahead and get the edges too, because I'll be running find my other gloves. I did switch out vice grips. I said those vice grips, they work real good on wood, but by George, they're not as good on metal. I suppose they'd grip tighter if I adjusted them so they'd be tighter. All right. Let's see, make sure this marker, yeah, this marker's not too bad. I'll see how close these are. See, they're not too bad for each other. Sorry, I'm looking at it closer. See, they're not too shabby. Now what I'm gonna do here is, oh shoot, I put them on that little one. It was supposed to be on this big one. Gig gang it, what a goof. Oh well. I'll just have to clean them up a little bit more. There's a mistake right there, as I should have, I used the wrong piece. So I'll mark these out again. Well, when was this? This must be some sort of metric, or that looks like it'll work right there. Gosh. Oh well, right. Guess I should have thought of that to begin with. Never even thought of that. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. That way I don't have to clean quite as much. I'm gonna do it right there. That one isn't quite as... Well, folks, you can see here, I'm not thinking. Should have been thinking. Wasn't thinking. Wished I was thinking, but didn't think. I'll probably shut this camera back off to do this. Well, you'll see why it doesn't have to be perfect or real good here in a minute. Actually, I should have pulled all of these up a little bit more, huh? I could have pulled them all up to about that. And I think, doesn't really matter. Just more work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up real quick. You've seen how I did it with the grinder. Being that's on there, I might use the flapper disker, so that way it's, I don't know, we'll see. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I can see how that fits. Doesn't fit too bad. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of sunlight in there, but it doesn't fit too bad. Now I can go back to what I was doing. Ooh, these feel good. They're nice and hot. All right, now I'm gonna kind of cheat here. I reckon. Whoop. Come on, Butterfingers. There's holes right here, so I think I'm gonna. I gotta push down on this pipe. But I do need to, you know, that's what I need to do before I go. I should find center on this. That way I've got center, or close to center. What were these anyway? Inch and a half, right? Yeah. There, I get on the end. There we are, 3/4. That way at least I'm fairly close. God, I need to turn this around. My brain has a hard time thinking sometimes. Make sure I was right down here. There's a little off there. Thought it looked a little off. That way I can at least get this fairly in half. So I'll be looking through those bolt holes. And the bolt holes, might as well keep them centered the best I can. Or maybe not the best, but I said it doesn't have to be perfect. And I could measure these, I expect. But as you can see, probably easier for my brain to work it this way. All right. I'm gonna move this tire. All right, so the thing is holding this down, holding that up, getting it. Well, this is gonna be hard with the, okay. That looks about right. There we go. I think I should only have to, I'm gonna measure one for each side. And then we'll kind of go off both those. That looks like center. I hope. We'll find out when this comes around. Yeah, pretty much. Now we can go back over. Come on, little girl. And mark these out, or punch these out. That looks like that should about center there. Just gonna eyeball it. I can always ream it out. Same with this. Put it on the center there. It looks like the center of the hole there. Oh, you goofy girl. tight enough for that one. It looks a little cattywampus, so whoop. Yeah, that's the way I did it before. That just doesn't look right. Oh, well, because it isn't right. Oh. That's pretty close right there. Alright, what I need to do... Oh, I should have cleaned it all up, but let's see. How do I want them grease zerts to sit? I could have them set like this. That might not be too shabby on the top. I do need to take these. I might have some better strip over here than this. This is what I got for this. But, to be honest, I don't know if I like that now. You know, to be honest. Oh, we got... Oh yeah, that'll fit real nice. Even give me a little bit to be able to weld on there. I think what I'll do is get the welder, I guess, and I'm gonna tack those up. I'll get them a little bit more centered, I guess, like that, get that somewhat even. Get this all tacked up, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut those off. I'm just going to cut them off to there and wrap it up to, you know, somewhere in there, you know, and I'll get them tacked on and welded up. And, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Here we go, guys. I'm back on working on this piece again. What I did is kind of made a bad boo-boo. I don't know what the heck happened. Some of it filmed upside down, so I'm going to delete that, and show you what pieces I can show you. There's these pieces here. I made the bearing to where, I mean, it's not cleaned off. I suppose I could take the brush real quick and, you know, clean it off a little bit, you know, but that doesn't really matter. I made these pieces here. They've got gonna have a grease zert in it. I drilled it, tapped it, and put it on this bearing. There's this piece now that it turns back and forth. I thought I was gonna have a concern with this piece rocking back and forth, so I went ahead and put this in here. I back beveled this so that I could tie into that a lot easier, and bolted in on there, and now it is solid as can be. Can't move up or down because it's hooked in right here. I went ahead and welded these pieces on, and I did the same over here. It's the same right here. Just put it on the other side. I still have to weld the underneath yet because it's only welded right here, but I weld underneath there. And that's what I did today. I lost quite a little bit there again. I'm really new to this, so you know, just bear with me. I showed how I kind of made these pieces right here with the pipe, and there is the cutouts, and how it's drilled and tapped, and then how it sat on there right like that and welded on there. These end pieces here, I'm going to turn around and put on a cap here, and then put the grease zert on the end. The reason being is when I fill this full of grease, it'll hit this plug there, and then hopefully we'll spread out through the whole thing and grease the whole thing. This isn't necessarily optimal there because I'll push it here, and it could go out the sides before it went down to the bottom, but hey, you know, it is what it is. The next thing I've been trying to think about was this right here. This is going to be a tire, and this piece is going to go in the middle, you know, in there, and then, you know, in the center here be some sort of bearing, or not a bearing, but could be the same piece of pipe going through there. And debating, as I was looking at it, debating on how far I want it lifted up. I have two of these in there. They're 3/8, but what it would be if I run the bearing all the way through like this, it would tie into this back right here, and it'd leave me 3/8 of a gap. And that's how I'm gonna end up doing this, is I'll have these in there when I make this center hub, like center hub deal. And I can't fail here because, well, I suppose I could still fail, but here, I'll just use this piece of plastic. When I drop it down, it can only go so far, and it'll be on this side for sure, the way it's supposed to be. And then all I have to do is, you know, measure it up here. Would you stop, you silly little kitty? And that's what I'm going to be doing there. The only thing is I'm trying to determine how I want to do that center on the wheel. That'll have quite a little bit of motion going through there. You know, it'll have, well, I won't say miles and miles of traffic on the wheel, but it'll have quite a little bit. So I'm kind of in debate on, I brought in this big piece of steel here. I debated on whether to put this in as, I don't know what you'd call it, the spindle. Yeah, I'd call this a spindle, and then having like this piece of pipe sliding over it. I have to clean it up a little bit, but sliding over it to spin on it. The only thing I don't know if I like is, you know, how thick this is. It's not real thick, and so I'm in debate on finding another piece of metal, a different kind of metal for a hub, so that maybe it is wider. I don't know how long it actually take before it wore out. I'm not too worried about this up here wearing out because of, you know, it's only going to be rotating like this, and it won't be spinning, spinning. Just very little work up here. It'll last quite a little while, but I think the wheels will wear out too fast for me. And it's not necessarily that I'm going to use this, but if I can find something like that. I do have different scraps over here, but it's nothing that I really want to use, just because, you know, I have different, it's just not what I want to use. There's nothing over here that I want to use. Nothing I feel that's big enough or safe enough. I don't know. Maybe I'd turn around and find a wheel bearing, or not a wheel bearing, but a bearing possibly. I have to think about it before I actually do these wheels. Doesn't mean I have to stop on this at all. I still can work on my tongue and get the tongue picked up, and the what did I call them? Stiff arm. I call that a stiff arm, where I can put that angle iron in there to stiffen it up, and so it can't move back and forth, so I can finish welding up the tongue and get in there. I still can, like I said, finish putting off the caps on these and putting a greaser in there, cleaning these up, welding it on the bottom, and I could still put in my, let's say it's not going to be this, but I could still put in this here piece to be able to rotate back and forth while I try to figure out what I'm going to do with them wheels. I don't really have inner bearings. I don't want to buy any bearings. I don't really know what I want to do yet, but I guess that's about it. Get this stupid kitty.
You silly little girl. You silly little girl. Can't wait till you start breeding so we can have ourselves some kitty chow mein. Some kitty chow mein. You'll be the first one, huh? Yes, you'll be the first one to be servicing some noodles, huh? Silly girl. Well, I don't know if anybody's got a comment on whether they think, here, let me get that piece of pipe. You know, maybe somebody knows, maybe not somebody, but I'm sure somebody knows more than me on these things. Let's see here what this would actually be. Let me hold this so everybody can see it really easy. Yeah, it looks like it's what, eighth inch piece of pipe, where they think if I welded this per se in here like so it went through, if they think that this would hold together good and not wear out, I mean, or how long they think. I have this piece here also that I could stick in there. You know, it's a little loose though, and I don't quite want it that loose. That's why I thought about that big bar there. That's like super overkill. That's why I'm debating on whether to use this piece. You know, find me another piece of round rod that's, you know, maybe I don't know, 3/4 an inch instead of, I don't even know what that is. Probably an inch at least. Yeah, it's an inch, and oh yeah, it's every bit of an inch, I reckon. So maybe only 3/4 would be better. Looks bigger than an inch though, to me. 1.1/8 probably. But guess I could get out my calipers and find out. But yeah, that's the thought there. Oh yeah, this can't go for that. That's got to go for these shock lock things I plan on building. Never really told anybody about those, but that's another project for this four-wheeler. When I hook the lawnmower up and put the lawnmower on, the lawnmower, of course, weighs, I don't know, a whole bunch, and it really squats the front end, and I don't like that, so I'm going to lock the shocks out and build something in there to stop that. But anybody want to buy a kitten? Pretty cheap. It's pretty lovable. Sell for, I don't know, make me an offer. Let's see. That's all I can really think about it, guys. I've been rambling, huh? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll try to get better. Guys, take care. God bless, and see you on the flip side. Bye.